The town of Rosewood, Florida was officially established in 1870. They held up a strong reputation of a red cedar industry, and many blacks and whites lived among each other during this time. Although when the cedar had run out, most of the whites moved to Sumner, a neighboring city. Rosewood went through a cultural change, and by 1900 Rosewood had a black majority of citizens. It wasn't until 1923 that Rosewood gained tension with neighboring white communities. The following interviews and guest speakers are people that had involvement in what many say was the spark of the Rosewood Massacre and the destruction of Rosewood.
Welcome everybody, I'm Hester, and today we have Fannie Taylor with us to tell us her side of the story. So Fannie Taylor, why don't you explain to us who you are?
I'm Fannie Taylor. I'm from Rosewood, Florida. I'm an innocent white woman who was assaulted by that no-good Joe Zilch, Jesse Hunter.
When you say assaulted, what do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? He assaulted me in ways I don't want to speak of.
Why would Jesse Hunter want to do such a thing?
Now why would I know something like that? He was your typical crazy black man. Can't be trusted.
Well, thank you for your time, Manny. The next person we're about to introduce is the man himself, Jesse Hunter. He agreed to come out of his hiding spot for this interview, but refuses to tell us where he has been. He is the alleged rapist of Miss Fannie and an escaped convict. Some might say he was the one who started this all. Now let's talk to him.
Hi there. Hello. Thanks for having me.
Mr. Hunter, why don't you take a moment to explain yourself?
Well, I'm a hardworking man. I got family, and the white man is always constantly on my case. That dang Miss Fannie gone and caused a ruckus among Rosewood. Look where it's at now. Completely deserted, not a single soul in sight. She's just a no-good flapper, I tell you.
You seem to have some bitter feelings. Clearly the opposite of Miss Fannie's.
Miss Fannie? You mean Miss Fannie, the liar? All that woman wants is attention, I tell you. I don't know what is wrong with her.
So can you explain to me why Miss Fannie would have targeted you out of everyone else?
True, 'cause I'm black. It don't matter. All that matters is that she came after me for one reason, and one reason only. Because I'm black. She's a no-good racist is all.
I see. So what happened after you were accused of the crime?
I knew I didn't stand a chance, that's for sure. A black ain't never gonna get justice in a court of white men. So I ran. Was the only thing I could do, really.
Did you take a moment to consider what your actions could have caused?
Well, of course. I just thought they was gonna look for me is all. Didn't know they were gonna burn down the whole dang town, on my account.
Are you aware that a group of white men came to your cousin's house, Sylvester Carrier, and killed him?
What? They did that? Oh man. Them crazy white folk will find any reason to go against the black man. Did Sylvester take any of them down with him?
Yes, he did 2 white men. But as you know, that eventually led to more killing and the burning down of most of the town, which became known as the Rosewood Massacre.
Yeah, I know all that. But it ain't my fault, I tell you. It's that no-good Miss Fannie's fault.
Thank you. And now let us talk to William Bryce, the smuggler.
Thank you for having me, Hester.
So why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself, William?
Well, my name's William Bryce. I'm a smuggler. I smuggled the black people across the state of Florida during the Rosewood Massacre. Knew that it had to be done.
What was it like smuggling black people across the state?
It had its times and it was pretty scary, but nothing too bad. Still alive, you know.
What made you want to help the people of Rosewood?
Well, I always loved Rosewood. It was a nice, quiet town. And when I saw that it was going into trouble, I knew I had to do something to help it.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So now let's go back to Jesse Hunter for a final word. So what exactly do you think happened in the town of Rosewood that led to all this nonsense?
I'll tell you what happened, alright? I'll tell you exactly what happened. Simple as daylight, that Miss Fannie ain't nothing but an attention-seeking flapper. However, I do feel guilty too. When I ran away, I didn't intend for so many people to get hurt. However, one woman's word shouldn't be able to cast such blind fury among others. One crime should not be used to justify any other crime. So even if I did commit that crime, even if I did rape Miss Fannie Taylor, the acts of the white men in response was not justified. And that's that.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
This concludes our Rosewood Massacre interview. Did Jesse Hunter really rape Fannie Taylor, or was he a victim of his own race? Either way, the actions of the citizens were unjustified.
To expand further on the manner in which Rosewood was destroyed, it was reported that on January 5th, just 4 days after the reported attack on Fannie Taylor, up to 200 white men from surrounding areas meet, and they begin the destruction. Mingo Williams and James Carrier, both black men, were murdered that day. Many others fled the town before it was completely burned down. On January 7th, 150 whites returned to Rosewood and burned down the remaining buildings. In the end, a grand jury concluded that there was not enough evidence to prosecute, and so the story ends.